All right, let's jump right in. When you think about a career in pharmacy, seriously, what's the first image that pops into your head? Because today, we're going to go on a journey through this surprisingly huge universe of jobs all hidden within that one profession.
Go ahead, take a second. Really picture it. Is it a person in a crisp white coat standing behind a counter? For a long time, that was the only thing I pictured. I'm guessing it's probably what you see too.
And look, if that is what you pictured, you are not alone. Not by a long shot. It's the role we all see, right? But honestly, it's just one tiny star in a massive sprawling galaxy of careers. Pharmacy is so much bigger than that.
So that's exactly what we're going to do here. We are going way, way beyond that counter to really explore the full scope of what a career in pharmacy can actually look like.
But hang on, before we dive into where pharmacists work, we got to understand what they actually know. Think of it like their playbook. This core knowledge is the absolute foundation that unlocks every single one of those different career paths. So what's in this playbook? Well, it really boils down to three crucial things. First, they need a deep expert knowledge of what drugs are made of and what they're for. Second, they have to understand exactly what those drugs do to the human body, the good and the bad. And third, they need the skills to test every dose for purity and strength. It's all about making sure every single thing is safe and effective. This is the bedrock of the entire profession.
Okay, so with that foundation set, let's check out our first career cluster. We'll start with what I like to call the visible universe. These are the roles you're probably already familiar with. So here you have the big three in patient care. The community pharmacist, that's your trusted expert at the local neighborhood pharmacy. Then you have the hospital pharmacist, who takes that expertise and manages all the complex medication needs for every single patient in a hospital. And the clinical pharmacist, they take it even one step further, working side by side with doctors and patients to make sure their medication plan is perfect. Three very different jobs, but all focused on taking care of people.
All right, you ready for the big reveal? It's time to pull back the curtain and explore the hidden universe. This is the massive pharmaceutical industry engine room, where pharmacists are doing incredible work that most of us never ever get to see.
You know, every single medicine you've ever taken started right here, as just an idea. In R&D, pharmacists are the innovators. They're on the front lines, developing entirely new drugs. They're literally inventing the medicines of tomorrow.
Now, once a new drug is invented, it has to be manufactured perfectly, on a huge scale. This is where pharmacists in production and quality control step in. They are the guardians of our safety, making sure every single batch, every single pill meets incredibly strict life-or-death standards.
But hey, a revolutionary new medicine is pretty useless if doctors and hospitals don't know it exists, right? Pharmacists in sales and marketing act as crucial educators. They use their deep scientific knowledge to connect these life-saving treatments with the healthcare providers and ultimately the patients who need them the most.
And watching over all of this? That's the super important field of regulatory affairs. Think of these pharmacists as the referees of the entire game. You've got government pharmacists who set the rules for public safety. And then you have industry pharmacists inside the companies, making absolutely sure that every single step, from research to packaging, follows those rules to the letter.
So, think we're done? Oh, not even close. The pharmacy universe is always expanding. Let's take a look at the future frontier, some of the most specialized and cutting-edge fields out there right now.
This is where it gets really cool. You have nuclear pharmacists working with radioactive drugs for cancer therapy and diagnostic imaging. There are veterinary pharmacists who specialize only in medications for animals. Then there's pharmacy informatics, where they use big data and tech to make medicine safer on a massive scale. Compounding pharmacists are like custom chefs, creating personalized medications from scratch. And of course, you have academics, who are busy teaching all this to the next generation of pharmacists.
So when you add it all up, from the military and the government to your local pharmacy and global research labs, what do you get? More than 20 distinct career paths. 20! That is just an incredible amount of opportunity packed into one single profession.
And you know, that's really the main takeaway here. Whether they're working directly with you in your community or in a high-tech lab on the other side of the world, pharmacists are an absolutely vital, essential part of our entire healthcare system.
So, the next time you think of a pharmacist, I hope you won't just see that person in a white coat. I hope you'll see this whole expanding universe of possibilities. Thanks so much for joining me on this little exploration.